Call to order the Building Trades Board meeting for Thursday, July 27th, 2023. Can we do a roll call, please?
Joseph Blanchett.
Here.
Frank Dalton.
Here.
Robert Werner.
Here.
Bill Coward. Absent. Paul Here.
Here.
Heidi Hales Walker. Absent. Arthur Von Bulen.
Here.
That concludes the roll call.
Okay, we'd like to see if there is any disclosure of ex parte communications at this time. I'll let the record show that there is none. Can we get approval of the minutes from the May 25th, 2023 hearing?
I'm making a motion that we approve the minutes as written. A second.
Who said that?
All in favor?
We'll do roll call.
Oh, okay.
Joseph Blanchett.
Aye.
Frank Dalton.
Aye.
Robert Werner.
Aye.
Paul Here.
Aye.
Arthur Von Bulen.
Aye.
The motion carries.
Okay, swearing into the city staff.
Anyone that would like to speak at the podium, if you'd please stand and raise your right hand. State your full name. In the matter to which you are about to give testimony, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes. The witnesses have been sworn in.
Okay, we have two cases of old business. The first is BLD 00011-2023 for 620 North Dust Street.
I'm just going to update you a little bit. On May 25th, 2023, you were also updated about the property, that the property had been secured within the 30 days as stated by the board, and they had 30 more days to bring in some engineering or a report showing the condition of the property. On May 26, 2023, and we sent an amended notice of determination, certified mail to the property owner. The mail was returned to the city undeliverable, but the property was posted on May 30th, 2023. An inspection report was submitted to the building department for review. The property is still in the process of being sold. The owners are requesting an extension from the board to allow the real estate transaction to be completed.
Did they give any idea how long of an extension they were asking for?
I believe Gary and Steve may be recommending to continue it until the August 24th hearing.
Is there anyone here to represent that property? Okay.
Hello, my name is Nathaniel Hillary. I am the owner of Hillary Real Estate Holdings, LLC.
Can you move the microphone up closer to your mouth, please?
Oh, okay, sorry.
Make it easier for you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I came to the last meeting, when was it, May 25th? And I have since then submitted the structural report from a licensed engineer, and I gave it to building official Steve, I can't pronounce his last name, okay. I gave it to him, and I talked to the title company earlier today, and we are scheduled to close next week. So I will have the closing documents, which I can bring, and then I have full ability to pull the proper permits and everything. So once we close next week, we want to immediately get the proper permits pulled so we can start doing the work. That's pretty much all I have to say. I could just, once we close, I could bring the documents to the building official, let him see, and then we can go from there.
The board have any questions?
What, guess, to the building officials, you have received the structural report?
Good evening, gentlemen. Steve Woodworth, City of New Smyrna Beach. Yes, we have received a structural report where the engineer was to get inside the building, gave it a full rundown of repairs that would be needed to make it again habitable. At this time, we have not received any plans or drawings to make those repairs. But as the gentleman stated, he is not yet closed on the property, and I'm sure he would like to own the property before he incurred that expense. City does not object to extending this proceeding and allow him time to close on the property and prepare drawings.
So we're all right if we want to extend this to the next hearing date?
The city would not
has no
object to that.
objection?
I guess amongst the board, if they've appeased the building department, and is it worth extending or just off our plate unless it comes back up again?
Well, as far as I'm concerned with that, from the previous meetings where we extended it till May, it was a long drawn-out process. So what I'm asking to have it brought to the next meeting date only because I'd like to find out that it was followed up, rather than have it not be followed up and then we have to schedule another meeting
Makes sense.
to have him on the agenda to address the issue. So if everything is copacetic by the next hearing date, then,
That's a good point. I'll second that motion.
well, I'll make that motion, if anybody cares a second, that we extend Mr. Hillary's company and the ownership of the Bells, I believe it is, to proceed with their closing, and we'll see if every paperwork has been issued to the building department by the next hearing date. Is that,
I'll second that
was
motion.
that a motion? Jay?
I guess I'm curious, what paperwork are we looking for?
That would be at the purview of the commission, but the building department would request that after they close, they actively pursue making repairs. So that would include the presentation of drawings, plans, and a permit application.
Okay, so the motion being made to continue this case, 620 North Dust Street, to the next hearing to show evidence of presentation of closing on the property and presenting drawings and design to the building department to proceed.
That the requirements of the city have been met in this instance on this property, yes.
Okay.
I guess before you make the motion, are we going to be, is it possible for them to close title with an open?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's bought as is, basically. They would be knowing that they're buying the building as is with the defects on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I have a question. How long would you give me to get those drawings and everything submitted? Is it 30 days? Because,
I think 30 days is going to be hard.
yeah, I was gonna say, because
I'm gonna be
going through the
honest on that.
building, it has to go through this review board, their review board, and it's definitely gonna take more than 30 days to get that done.
As much as I hate to kick the can down the road, I get the impression as long as you're continuing to communicate with the building officials and proceeding forward, no one here has a desire to stop that process.
If I may offer a suggestion to the board, I would just ask that we just keep the case open and, we can extend to the next hearing date. And as long as the applicant continues to work with us, we can extend until permitting and then on through repair of the building before this case is dismissed.
Well, should we go ahead and give him 60 days so we don't have to readdress it next meeting, and that'll
would
give him
say-
plenty of time?
Go to the
Yeah, I
September
mean,
meeting?
And that's probably even being a little modest on the plans.
Gary Wisniewski, building official. The only thing I'm a little concerned about 60 days is if the closing doesn't go through, with all hopes it goes through, but I didn't want to extend it another 60 days and we're starting all over again.
Yeah.
As long as we get the closing to go through, I've talked to this gentleman now 2 times. He's very serious about trying to get it done, but again, you never know what's going to happen at a closing. We all know that.
Right.
Perhaps we should just make a simple motion to stave it till the next hearing and get a status on the closing.
Motion to continue 6/20 to the next available hearing for Building and Trade Board.
Yes. That, more succinctly, as Shay put it, I make
second
that
that.
motion that we continue this to the next hearing date, which I believe is the 24th of August.
I had it up there. August 24th.
I'll second that motion.
And that was Robert?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so motion and second. Okay, and we'll vote on that. Joseph Blanchett,
Aye.
Frank Dalton,
Aye.
Robert Werner,
Aye.
Paul Heer,
Aye.
Arthur Von Buehlman.
Aye.
Motion carries. Our next case is 702 South Myrtle.
Okay, this was also presented at the May 26, 2023 meeting, and the property owners had secured the building within the 30 days as previously mentioned, and they had another 30 days to submit permits to either rehab the structure or to demolish the structure. A notice of hearing was mailed, certified mail, on May 26, 2023, and it was accepted on June 1st. The property was also posted on May 30th, 2023. On June 5th, 2023, the building department received a permit application to remodel the single-family home to include repairs to the walls, roof, drywall, plumbing, windows, doors, bathroom, and kitchen, and the air conditioning. On June 26, 2023, Gary Wisniewski, building official, reviewed the permit and had comments for the contractor.
Gary again. During the review, it was an incomplete package. There was no trusses. There's a lot of elements missing, no structural detail showing the connection. They were showing connection to the existing stone foundation, which we knew from the beginning may be an issue. The plumbing was loose. There was a lot of stuff missing. But by chance, today we received, I think, the trust package. Somebody had submitted in a trust package, but we'd not received another drawing or any type of information that could help us. So we're currently in a limbo. It was just a permit submitted. It hasn't been approved.
Gary, what's your recommendation on the case?
The owner had submitted, the owner. I would like to, maybe the owner talk first and then I'll come back up.
Okay.
Thank you.
I don't think she was. We'll need to swear you in, please. We'll need to swear you in. I don't think, you, at the microphone is perfect. Thank you. Please stand, raise your right hand, state your full name.
Takia McDowell.
In the matter to which you're about to give testimony, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
She's sworn in.
Hi. I couldn't hear from back there. You said that I couldn't hear you from back there. It's a little bit muffled. What are you missing? I'm sorry. My partner's on his way here. He's just running a little bit behind.
You submitted a set of drawings, you
Yeah.
submitted a plan, and sometimes you and I rejected that plan because it was incomplete.
You rejected that.
Yeah, I rejected it, and you needed additional information. I had a list of items that was supplied with you. I don't have it with me, but there was a list of items on the permit that was provided to you that needed to be corrected. We have
Okay.
not received anything of those corrections. Today, we received the trust package, our
Okay.
trust plan package for the home, but that's where we stand, we currently stand. So we currently stand incomplete,
Okay. The list of things that you had on the permit, was that given to Jimmy or?
Yeah, it's done through your portal.
Okay.
It's not given to you personally. It's in
Okay.
the portal where you apply for the permit.
Okay.
You can go in that portal and you can see all the comments and everything in the portal.
Okay. I'll let him know. So we submitted like a drawing when we were here about 60 days ago, back in May. And like you said, we've been turning in our permit applications and kind of getting some feedback from the city based on that. Is there anything that you guys need from me today?
Do you know how long it will take to get whatever else you need to
I haven't seen that
complete the
list.
permit package?
What I'm going to suggest for you, because I know you guys are actively trying to save this house, if you would want, we could set up a meeting, you could sit down with Steve this or tomorrow, Monday, whatever. You can sit with Steve and we'll have a meeting between you and Steve and we can go over each of these items so you fully understand
Okay,
what's
who's Steve?
going on, huh?
Who's Steve?
Steve
Sorry.
is
Oh,
right
hi,
here.
Steve.
So we've been more than willing, like I said, they attempted, we have not seen a lot of activity, but if they don't know how to go through the process ain't the easiest, as most of you know. Why are you all shaking your head?
It's different in every city. We've got houses in Palm Bay we're working on, so submitting these applications is Titusville also. It's kind of, we're working on it. I understand what you're saying. I would be more than happy to sit down with Steve either, I know tomorrow's Friday. I don't know what days work better for you, but I can. Perfect. Yeah, I'd love that. Thank you.
Okay, so are we looking for an extension of time?
We are looking for an extension of time,
Yeah.
if you wouldn't mind.
And Gary, the time frame is tough to figure at this juncture.
I really think this is a hard undertaking. This is going to be a difficult undertaking, and I'm not sure they understand the full scope of what needs to be repaired. That's why I like them to sit down with Steve and make a better judgment on what they want to do. The property's been secured, the property's safe, at least for the time being. They've been monitored, somebody's been taking care of it. We have several new homes being built right next to it, so it's in a neighborhood where this really wouldn't fit in well right now. So I would recommend to give them a little bit of time, maybe 30 days again, or when the next meeting where we're meeting with the other one, and then we come in and make a better decision between all of us.
I'll make a motion that we extend to the next hearing and look for an update of the permit and the package and the communication at that time.
I'll second that motion.
it. Or-
Okay, our vote. Joseph Blanchett,
Aye.
Frank Dalton,
Aye.
Robert Werner,
Aye.
Paul Hare,
Aye.
Heidi Hales Walker. She's not here, I'm sorry. Arthur Von Bulen.
Aye.
Motion carries. Our next case is new business. It's 428 Palm Street. Barbara will be presenting.
Okay, the property is 428 Palm Street. The case number is BLD-000014, 2023. The property is zoned R3, single-family residential. Violation cited was Article 10, Section 26-796, Notice of Determination. On May 16th, 2023, while posting properties with nuisance abatement notices in this area, I observed the back porch of this property that appeared to be falling off the back of the house. I discussed the property with Steve and Gary and requested that they conduct an inspection on the property. On May 24th, 2023, an inspection was conducted and a determination was made that the property should be brought before the Building Trade Board. On May 25th, 2023, a notice of determination and a notice of hearing was mailed certified mail and accepted on June 2nd. A copy was also posted on the property on May 30th, 2023. City staff and the property owner has been having several conversations regarding the condition of the property. The property owner has discussed demolishing the property. He's been in touch with Gary several times, so they're actually interested in demolishing the structure. I had received an estimate for the demolition from the city contractor, DBI Demolition, The amount given was $4,044.70. We're currently waiting on a new estimate. He had included in the estimate the fence around the property to be removed. The property owners are interested in keeping the fence around the property, but they also informed us that there's a septic tank still on the property. The property is connected to city sewer and everything, so it's just an abandoned septic tank, so we need to get an updated estimate. So we should have that estimate next week, and I believe that Gary and Steve are just looking for an order of condemnation so we can bring that forward to the property owners and just move forward with demolishing this property.
I'll make a,
Steve Woodworth for the city of New Smyrna Beach. I did do an inspection at this property. As you can see from some of the photos, is that it's got severe foundational loss. It is starting to actually collapse in the rear of the structure. The property is it's just in such poor condition that it's not worth monetarily to save. We spoke with the property owner. He thinks he might like it removed. He requested an estimate, like Barb said, and that estimate's being revised, but it looks like the property owner would be happy to have us take it down. So with that, the city asked for this condemnation order to go forward and the property to be ordered to be demolished.
I'll make a motion to condemn.
I'll second that motion.
Joseph Blanchette,
Aye.
Frank Dalton,
Aye.
Robert Werner,
Aye.
Paul Heer,
Aye.
Arthur Von Buellen.
Aye.
Motion carries. And unless anyone has anything else.
Meeting adjourned.
Okay.
That's it?
Thank you very much.
That was a good one.